Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching. In today's video, I have all of my favorite dupe products. So I did film myself putting these on. I did one side of my face is affordable products and one side is more high-end Sephora priced products. So take a minute, can you tell? I asked my husband and he couldn't tell. He said one side had a little bit more shimmer than the other, but I feel like coloring, finish, all of that, I don't think you can really tell. And one side of my face totaled $378 Canadian, and the other side was $128. So one side is almost 3 times as much. What do you guys think? Take a guess. So this is my more affordable side, and this is my more high-end side. Amazing. Can't even hardly tell. Okay, so let's get into the products. The first thing I put on was, now I did put this on just both sides because this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and this is a dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I have had that one. It's lovely. It's really, really nice. This one, as far as I'm concerned, this does the exact same thing. Now that Tatcha one is, I wrote everything down. The Tatcha one is $68 and this one is $8. So some of these prices, like on the e.l.f. website when I order, that is in US dollars, whereas on Sephora, it comes Canadian dollars for me. So what I did was I totaled things up and then I converted the US prices to Canadian dollars. So, but regardless, even if this was twice that price, still, it's a great primer. I put it just typically, you'll see in the video clip, just down in where my pores are enlarged. Doesn't really have any sort of a scent. I've had this for, I don't know, maybe a year at this point. And there's still a ton of product in there. So that's my first dupe. I've talked about it in other videos, lots, because I feel like if you're wanting to try a pore filling primer, try this one first. It's just a great product. Now my second dupe is this sponge. Again, I know I've talked about this in a lot of videos, but this is the AOA Pawpaw Sponge, Pawpaw Wonder Blender. These are $1.55 US. And it is a dupe for the Beauty Blender. It's the exact same sponge. I can't tell a difference. I don't have a Beauty Blender here because I haven't bought one in a long time. I was using the e.l.f. ones. The e.l.f. one that I like looks like this. This is an amazing sponge. I like this one even better. So I will just go on the Shop Miss A website and probably order 10 of these at a time to have them. So this is a great sponge. So again, I didn't do half with the Beauty Blender and half with this because I don't have the Beauty Blender here. I did the whole face with this. For my foundations. Now I know lots of people are talking about this dupe, but on my left side, I have the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream Color Correcting Full Coverage Natural Finish plus collagen peptides and niacinamide, broad spectrum SPF 30. And then on my right side, I have the It Cosmetics CC Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream plus Anti-Aging Hydrating Serum SPF 50. These are for sure a dupe for one another. They're in the same packaging, they're the same kind of concept. The e.l.f. one is $14 and the CC cream is $52. Yeah, the same product. And then I did mix in because I was curious. So with the It Cosmetics CC cream, I mixed in these Drunk Elephant D-Bronzi drops. I love these. I love to mix them in with foundation. I've had multiple of these over the years, but recently, off of the Ordinary website, under one of their brands called Hylamide, I got their photography foundation, and this was in the shade Golden Tan. So I will list all these products below. I'll link them and I'll put the prices so you can see. But so on this side, I mixed these together. I feel like that is also exactly the same. You cannot tell the difference. And this was like a quarter of the price of that Drunk Elephant product. For concealer, I didn't have a dupe, so I just went in with the new, the Ordinary concealer that I bought recently. I'm loving this. I'm using it all the time. Okay, and then for blush. So I'm really into just doing all cream products right now. I was doing cream as a base and then going over it with powder products like blush, highlighter, and bronzer. But lately I've just been doing the cream products just to save time in the mornings for work, and just because my skin is so dry right now. We are in the dead of the Canadian winter. It is minus 25 Celsius where I am today. So it's cold and my skin is dry. So I'm just trying to go in mostly with cream products. So for blush, I used the e.l.f. Putty blush. I think this was in the shade Tahiti. It doesn't say anywhere on the container, which kind of drives me crazy with e.l.f. products. So that's that one there. And then on this side, I have the Fenty Cream Blush in Petal Poppin'. Now, I have almost used this completely up, but you can see that they're the same shade, the same consistency, the same finish on the skin, and the difference in cost. So the e.l.f. one is $6 for the e.l.f. one and $26 for the Fenty one. So love that dupe. And for bronzer, I don't have one of the Milk Makeup matte bronzer sticks. I've had a couple of them over the years. The mechanism, because it's a twist up mechanism, it breaks on me. Twice it's done that. So what I thought I would try the last time I did a ColourPop order is this ColourPop bronzer. It is in the shade Light and it's a face and body bronzer. It's massive. This contains 31 grams and it has this little lid on it. So I use that everywhere because I don't have the Milk one anymore. Honestly, this blends exactly the same as this. It's this really soft, easy to blend bronzing product. It's beautiful. I will probably never use it on my body because I don't do body makeup, but you can see just how easily that blends out. And it's a massive container, just lasts your whole life, that container. So yeah, really happy with that product. And that's a straight across dupe, I think. They just blend out the same. And then for highlighter, these are kind of looking a little rough. I've had both these products a long time. So my higher end is the Cover FX. This is the Custom Enhancer Drops, and I have it in the shade Moonlight, and I have it on that side. And then Revolution Makeup, it's in the shade Champagne. Now the writing is almost rubbed off of this container because I have had this a long time. And I couldn't find this Revolution Beauty. I know they sell it at Ulta. I don't even remember where I got this. I think I got it on Ulta back when Ulta would ship to Canada, which right now they're not. So I'm hoping that that comes back. But anyway, so I have this on this side. When I went on the Revolution website, it takes me to a UK site, and these are, I think, 11 euros. 12. These are 12 euros. But even if I double that, it's still half the price of the Cover FX ones. And I love the Cover FX ones. I have a few versions of their liquid highlighters, but these are complete dupes for one another. And then for powder, I just went in with this e.l.f. one. This is the Halo Glow Setting Powder. I don't really have any high-end powders. Probably that Ciate London is my most expensive one, but these are not the same. But I do really like this, so I just went in lightly and did my T-zone. And then I went in and I did my brows with this Busy Brow Gal by Tarte. I just recently had my brows done, so they trimmed them and shaped them and waxed them and dyed them. So I don't need to go in and fill out any spots right now. So I just went in with this. And then I went in with my L'Oreal. This is the Lash Paradise Primer and Mascara. I don't have a higher end option for this because I have never found one that I liked better. So that's what I have on for mascara. And then I went in with setting sprays. So my favorite setting spray is this illuminating setting spray from Cover FX. It's definitely illuminating. So if you don't like that, they have other versions. Like they have a matte one, they have a dewy one. I think they have like an all-nighter type one, but I love this one. It gives the softest sheen to the skin. And the mister on this, let me see if I can show you. It's so fine. I love the smell. It's like a fresh scent. It is maybe not a complete dupe, but it is a very similar product to this e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist, Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. Not quite as dewy on the e.l.f. one, but I feel like they are so similar. So if you maybe want to try a dewy setting mist, but you don't want to spend the $41 on this, try the e.l.f. one. I think it's a very similar effect. Although I will say, when I asked my husband, that was one thing he said, was that this side where I have the e.l.f. one was not quite as glistening. I don't think that's the word he used, but it didn't have quite the same shimmer as the Cover FX one. Okay, and then for lip gloss, so on one side I have the Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and this is in the shade Moon. And then on this side I have the Fenty. So this is a mini. I got this in a Christmas set, and it's empty. Like, after this I'm just gonna put it in my empties bin because there's just nothing left in there. I've used this up. And this is the Gloss Bomb by Fenty in the shade Fussy. These are the same product. They feel the same. They smell similar. They both have that candy. I will say the Fenty one, let me put a little more on. The Fenty one does smell a little bit better. So there they are, freshly applied. The Fenty one has a nicer candy scent. The Maybelline one has more of a chemical kind of scent, but it's not horrible. I don't mind it, but you can see on there they're exactly the same. They feel the same. I can't tell a difference from side to side. Yeah, so if you were wanting to try the Fenty Gloss Bombs, grab a Maybelline Lifter Gloss. Lots of shades in this, and it's the exact same product. Okay, and then my last dupe, again, this is not an exact dupe because I love the Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder. So this is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, and it's Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I have it in one fair. And then this is the e.l.f. finishing powder, and this is in Fair Light. So the e.l.f. one looks like that, and I did try to go half and half on my face. I don't know if on my face, honestly, if you can tell a difference, but there they are side by side. Just do a little swatch here. So that's the Charlotte Tilbury one. And that one's the e.l.f. one, and that one's the Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, it's very similar. Like, well, you can't really see because they just kind of blend right into the skin, but I do really love the Charlotte Tilbury one. I feel like it does make my skin look a little more airbrushed. I do have it. I tried to put a little more in through here. When I look up close, this looks more blurred to me than this side where I have the e.l.f. one. You know, having said that, the difference in cost, and actually I didn't add these into that total, but I think this one is about $55 and this one was probably under 10. So I'll have to add that to my totals. I didn't add that in because I wasn't thinking that these were going to be that much of a dupe for each other, but let's add those in and see what total we're at. Okay, so when I add those two finishing sprays in, it brings my affordable makeup side total, because the e.l.f. one is $6, to $134, and then my more high-end makeup, the Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder, is $58, and so that brings this side to $436. So $436, $134. I don't know, that's a big difference. I'm not sure you can tell. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's helpful to give you some ideas. I mean, I love high-end makeup. I'm not gonna pretend I don't, but I also like it when I can find an affordable dupe for a product. You know, I don't always wanna spend that high price tag on some of these products. So give them a try. If there's anything in here that maybe is new to you or you hadn't thought to try it, it's a lot of e.l.f. products for sure. I feel like e.l.f. is a great value. I feel like the product quality is really good and the value's there, and a lot of these products I love and I use all the time. So again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, if you would give it a thumbs up, that would be amazing, and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.